Let's start this one a little bit differently this time. Hey guys, Tom Moran here from Tom's Big Spiders. No, I have not permanently changed my intro music. That will remain the same. However, I'm doing something a little fun this time. Buddy of mine, Danny Damon, has a band called Prognosis that just had their debut release, and he actually sent me the music quite a while ago, and I've been listening to it for quite a few weeks, so taking it on my own to do a little promotion for Danny because it is a fantastic album. So those of you who are into metal music and the heavier stuff, please feel free to check it out. I'm going to go ahead and put a link down in the bottom here so people can see what they're doing. They're on Bandcamp, and I think they're going to be on a couple other places as well. You can also find them on Facebook. So again, I love metal music, and Danny happened to hit me up. He's like, do you want to check out the album? And I wasn't sure what to expect, and I absolutely love it. My 15-year-old loves it. So hopefully some of you guys will give it a look too. So moving on, what we're going to be looking at today is a couple rehousings. I have two D diamantinensis that we have to rehouse, and we're going to go ahead and show those. Moving ahead, just before we get to the video, I am obviously having a hard time keeping up with doing a video a week. I'm hoping to get back to that. And one of the things I'm thinking about doing is doing quick little videos, because a lot of these things take time to edit and put together and whatnot. So I'm thinking of doing something like, really quick for just some updates, because I have a lot of people who have been asking me for updates, and I also have a bank of probably about 20 videos now that I'd like to get out, and the ones I have to, produce and put the comments in and everything else and edit. So would people be into that? I've tried to evolve as I've done more of these YouTube videos and try to make them a little more, up the production value a little bit and make them a little better. However, would people be okay with doing some just short ones, maybe some 3, 4, 10-minute videos max of just some updates of things going on, just so people can keep up with it? So I may put a little poll up in my YouTube. There's that little section where we get to interact with fans. I can't remember what it's called, but I'll put it in the notes section. And those of you that think that would be a good idea, please vote. If you don't think it would be a good idea, vote either way. It doesn't matter to me. But I would like to kind of start being a little more prolific. And if I could post shorter videos, I could easily get 2 videos out a week. One might be a shorter one, might be a longer one, but just something to think about. So enough of talking now. I'm actually getting over a cold, so my throat's starting to hurt. But let's get on to the actual video. All right, so we're about to rehouse both of my D diamantinensis. Yes, how do you do that plural? Both of the D diamantinensis. These guys I got from Tanya Fear Not. I originally had them in the AMAC boxes, the 2x2x4, so around there. They outgrow those very quickly. These guys grew rather fast. They're a little dwarf species. They're smaller as adults, but I'll tell you, they went from like little tiny things to quite big spiders, sporting their adult colors very quickly. I then put them into these, which I like to keep some of my slings in. And again, these guys have been known to be semi-arboreal, and they'll do a lot of webbing. So when I open this up, you'll see copious amounts of webbing all through here. But this little one is sitting right over here, is about yay big, maybe 3 inches or so. So she is going to be moved over into this enclosure. Now, this is the mainstay version. There are 2 companies that make these. One, Intelligent Designs or something. I'll put links to both of them. But those you buy separately have been $17. I got 2 of these for $27 on Amazon. These are the mainstay versions. They're identical, and I will put both links up because I was buying the other ones separately and then found these. It was a much better deal, save a few bucks on them. And they're fantastic. They're clear. Just be aware that there is a hinge on it, so you want to be careful when working with spiders that this doesn't slam shut on a spider that's trying to get out. You got to be cognizant of that. Also, they don't latch. I have a shelving system at home where I can lay something over the top and it keeps all the lids of these pinned down. I was going to do something with a magnet or a latch over here. I still may eventually, but for the time being, they work fantastic. They're beautiful. They're easy to ventilate as long as you have a Dremel tool, and they're stackable, which is fantastic. So these are pretty much what I'm using for all of my larger juveniles and smaller adult species now. So we're going to go ahead and try to get the webbing out of here. These guys are fast. As I trail off. I don't know if you can see her. There she is. So what I may do is just plop this whole thing in. You see lots and lots of webbing. So she is right in here. I'm going to go ahead and just try to poke her out, because ideally I don't want... actually, it really doesn't matter. It will look pretty nice either way. I tried to do something different here. If you look at the cork bark, well, there's no spider to see because she's currently hiding. I had bought a box of bulk, and I got a lot of weird shaped ones. So this one's kind of a J or an L, and then I have this driftwood that I pick up in bags from Petco that I like to hot glue to things to make little sculptures. So what I'm hoping is she'll make it then either back here or in here, and she has plenty of things to anchor to and web to. So we're going to go ahead and try to poke her in the booty, see if she'll come out. This is kind of one of the ones you want to catch out. Oh. All right, I'm going to open this up so Billy can get a better shot of her. I'm going to zoom in. There she is. These guys are absolutely gorgeous. Some folks call them like mini GBBs. I know my buddy Brad hates that description, but I can see where it comes from. But they tend to be a little more. They're fast, but they tend to be a little less skittish than the GBB. As I pick this and poke this one in the butt, watch her fly out. There we go. Beautiful girl. We're dual wielding or double attacking the camera here. There she is, looking gorgeous. You got the green carapace, the blue legs, the little burst of red on the seta on the abdomen there. Kind of reminds me of the Eulatha species reds. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous spider. So again, these guys grow relatively fast. So if you end up with little teeny slings, and unfortunately with what's going on now with the whole Brazil thing that I'm not even going to bother addressing in this, they're going to be more difficult to get hold of. Hopefully states are stockpiling on them, but apparently they breed fairly readily. The slings start off very, very small, so if you do buy some teeny tiny slings, know that you will have a little specimen sporting its adult colors before you know it. The growth rate on these guys has been quite good. I think I got them about a year and a half ago, and they're getting up there. So there we go, D. diamantinensis. The substrate to start off is a little damper on the bottom. It's just slightly damp, and then on the top it's dry. It's a mixture of cocoa fiber and vermiculite. I have switched over from using the soil for the time being, only because I ended up with a bag of bad soil last November, and basically any tarantula I put on this soil ended up dying. It was a nightmare. So for the time being, we're going to stick to cocoa fiber, and it's been working out for me. We'll see how it goes in the winter, because that stuff dries out very, very quickly, and it can be difficult to keep the moist species moist. So there we go, D. diamantinensis in her new enclosure looking absolutely stunning. Anyway. All right, round two with D. diamantinensis. First one went really well, so this one will probably be a nightmare. I'm missing, my catch-ups are right here. So we're going to go ahead. The last one we just kind of lifted everything out, and the spider came with it. Where is it?
I think it's underneath.
There it goes. It's over on this side. So again, whoop. You want to come over here? I'll get the light. Oh yeah. I'm a light guy now. There is my other female looking absolutely gorgeous. And you can see what we set up here is, there we go. There we go. Billy's trying to, the Samsung finally updated so you could do the pinch thing to zoom in before you had to do something else. It was really annoying. But there she is. Just gorgeous colors on these guys. And they were overdue for a rehousing. They were kind of outgrowing the ones they were in. As my neighbor goes by in his incredibly loud truck. Love the guy. And if Billy backs off for a minute, what we'll see is the setup is one of the, what did I say, the Mainstay?
Yes.
I think it was Mainstay. I'll put it in the links, but Mainstay enclosures, there's two companies that make them. They're absolutely identical. Like, I couldn't tell them apart if they didn't have the labels on them. I don't know who jacked whose idea, but they both work great. Oops, sorry, buddy. And again, hinged up here, we've got some cork bark back here, and I'm going to give it an opportunity to kind of be semi-arboreal. Lots of anchor points for the webbing. Actually, we didn't really originally plan on leaving the old things in here, but I kind of like it. It'll give it a spot to start off with the webbing. Last time I did this, I think it was with the OBT, and it used it to start webbing around, so it's perfect. Some sphagnum moss behind here. And what I'm hoping it'll do is set up shop under here. This is a piece of driftwood, sandblasted driftwood that I believe I get from Petco. You get them in little bags, and they work nice when you glue them onto the bigger pieces of cork bark to make little sculptures. So there we go. Hopefully this girl settles in nicely. She's going to be going on the new shelf that I put up specifically for these enclosures so I can have them all lined up. Maybe I'll end the video with just a look at my new shelf arrangement that I'm really loving because it's saving space. It looks a lot better. It's easier to get to everybody. And there she goes. She's like, please get the darn light off me. So there we go. D. Diamantinensis. I probably got the genus wrong, but we'll see. All right, welcome back. These guys are doing well so far, and I'm loving those new enclosures. I will put a link to those down below. They're really nice. Just be aware that you do have to rig something up as far as keeping them closed because the hinge is nice, but they don't clasp, which could be an issue for some people. So no, you will have to figure something out. I actually have a shelf that they fit perfectly underneath, and I just lay a piece of wood that goes right in, holds everything down, works out great. So thanks so much for watching. Again, if you want to check out my buddy's band, Prognosis, their new album is out, and feel free to click on the link. I do hope some people, I did this in my podcast as well, so people have listened to my podcast already, have heard me use some of their music in there, but please give it a look-see, and anybody who wants to find me on Bandcamp, I am on Bandcamp under Tom Moran. I love that site as a little bug flies around in front of the camera. Not an orb, guys. No ghosts in here that I know of. So thanks so much for watching. If you want to check out more of my videos, I usually put them in here. If you'd like to subscribe, as always, very much appreciated. You can go up there, but you don't have to. If you want to, great. If you don't, whatever. And hope to see some of you guys in the comments section. And that's it. I'm out of talking. I don't know. I ran out of steam.